Remember when we said we were done with the toxic beauty standards? Remember the body positivity era? The love yourself movement? The all bodies are beautiful era? We had one job because somehow we have gone fully backwards, and this time it's being sold to us as wellness and discipline and that girl energy. And there's a very thin line, no pun intended, between healthy and what I've been actually seeing online lately. Because healthy has a look, and what I've been seeing on my feed, that is something else entirely. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Capable, and welcome to the Girl Let's Chat series, the safe space where we unpack the madness of the internet, the trends, the delusions, the who approved this moment? Because TikTok will have you thinking this is normal, and I'm here to say, is it though? Anyways, girl, let's chat about why getting smaller has become the biggest trend on the internet right now. So to understand where we are right now, I think that it's always important to zoom out and look at the full picture. Because again, these things don't just happen overnight. Body standards have been on a roller coaster for the past decade. Around 2012 to 2020, we had the body positivity era, then the slim thick era, then the BBL era, then the that girl era, green juices, 5 a.m. workouts, clean eating. On the surface, it looked like health and wellness, but underneath, it quietly reintroduced the idea that your body is a project to be constantly optimized. And the that girl always had a very specific body type. Slim, toned, small. We are in what is called the ballet body era, a demand for slim ballerina-like physiques that are driving a surge in liposuction and breast reductions. The pendulum has swung completely the other way. Let's just call it what it is. Heroin chic is back. And if you don't know what that term means, heroin chic was a 90s aesthetic defined by extremely thin, pale, almost gaunt-looking figures. During the 2023 Spring-Summer Fashion Weeks, some of the world's biggest fashion houses gained significant media attention for their extremely thin, wolf-like models, raising a serious concern that the push for body inclusivity was going into reverse. And it's not just on the runway, it's on your For You page, it's in your comment sections, it's in the What I Eat in a Day videos that are disguised as wellness content but are quietly normalizing dangerous low food intake for thousands of viewers, many of whom are teenagers. Real quick, since we are talking about how we look and how we feel, I have a fashion guide called Shop Your Closet in the description below. It's all about creating new outfits from what you already own, no shopping required, and I also have some free fashion worksheets down there, so make sure to grab those. Now, we can't have this conversation without talking about Ozempic, because this medication has played a massive role in what we're seeing today. This is a GLP-1 medication that was originally developed for people with type 2 diabetes, people who generally needed it to manage their health and in some cases to stay alive. And what happened, you may ask? Celebrities and influencers started using it as a weight loss shortcut. It went viral. Heck, there was even a shortage for diabetic patients who actually needed it. Ozempic is now being described as the pharmaceutical version of the heroin chic era, achieving the same extreme thinness through a needle instead. But what about the BBL era? Well, now patients are requesting minor natural BBLs that complement the slimmer figures that Ozempic produces. And if you want to see how this connects to the broader pattern of people reversing and dissolving procedures as trends change, check this video out. So here's something that I find to be really interesting and also troubling at the same time. How thinness has been repackaged as luxury. There's a growing pattern, particularly in wealthy and elite circles, where being visibly thin is treated as a marker of discipline, control, and what some people are calling silent luxury. So the idea being that if you are thin, you are clearly someone who has the time, the money, and the willpower to maintain that. It is exclusivity written on the body. Think about it. Ozempic costs hundreds of dollars a month without insurance. Personal chefs, private trainers, the lifestyle that produces that specific kind of thinness, none of it is accessible to most people. Commentators have pointed out that the weight stigma and misogynistic beauty expectations never really disappeared. They merely went out of fashion for a while and are now returning under new labels like wellness, discipline, and clean eating. So what looks like a beauty trend on the surface is actually a class statement, and that makes it even more insidious because it means the Pressure isn't just about looks, it's about what your body is supposed to signal about your lifestyle. I want to share something personal here, and I want to be careful about how I say this because I'm not sharing it to be dramatic or to make anyone feel like this is something to aspire to. I'm just sharing it because I think a lot of people will recognize themselves in it and just feel less alone. So there was a point in my life where I had a really complicated relationship with food. Not in a way that someone could necessarily see from the outside, but mentally it was consuming. I used to dread the feeling of being full. Like if I felt full after eating, I would immediately start to panic. Yeah, I'd start working out excessively because I equated that feeling with gaining weight or losing control. I would eat small amounts of portions specifically to avoid that feeling. And it got to a point where I was even feeling lightheaded at times. The people around me started to notice and were even getting worried. And even then, my mind was telling me, it was fine, you're fine, they're being dramatic. And while I was never formally diagnosed with an ED, I was experiencing patterns that are commonly associated with disordered eating, harmful thoughts, and behaviors around food that can have serious physical and psychological consequences. It's more common than people talk about, especially among young women who've grown up marinating in exactly the kind of content we're talking about today. And it did take a while for me to come out of that headspace. And I share it not as a story about how bad things got, but as a reminder that this stuff doesn't just stay on the screen, okay? It gets into your head. And sometimes it takes a really long time to realize how deep it went. Here's what I want you to leave this video with. Your body isn't a trend. It has never been a trend. And the fact that we are sitting here in 2026 watching the same toxic beauty standards from the 1990s resurfaced and rebrand and just repackaged should tell us something very important. That if we don't consciously decide what we value, the internet will decide for us. Prioritize your mental health over chasing a look that will change again in 2 years. The body that is in today will be out tomorrow, okay? And the only body you are guaranteed to have for the rest of your life is yours. So the question is, when did I stop trusting myself? And when did I decide that a For You page knows my body better? So I want to hear from you in the comment section. Do you think the body positivity movement failed us, or did we just not protect it hard enough? Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a like and make sure to subscribe for some different types of videos every week because we don't stick to the same videos here. I get bored easily.